right now, you're like, you, for the first time, like while we were away, became majority conscious. At the same time, like the thing that's really keeping you from rapidly.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but I still am not hearing a single word of an answer of what I asked for.
I said you asked me what the question of how conscious you are, or how much bullshit. And I said if you take it as like conscious versus unconscious.
This weekend, since you met me, how much bullshit from me have you had to put up? I don't care if you took it.
When we first met, mostly bullshit, and now mostly consciousness.
Did you genuinely get tired of my show?
Marcus, I rarely get tired of anything, and I've been well prepared for something like you. Did you check in?
And you've been what since?
I did.
You've been what about someone like me?
I've been well prepared for something like you. That's why I mean.
Well, I haven't been prepared for you except for that story.
Okay, you got it though.
Guys, can we talk about that story? Because this is a very different outcome to that
story.
The story. I wrote a series based on a theoretical conclusion in a rational universe. 2 Tales of the Ubermensch called The Theories. The longest chapter is chapter 6, and it takes place in Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and
how far does it extend to?
What?
Time-wise, how far forward does it extend?
2016, when I was told this was going to end.
Yeah, she didn't end up doing that. She did get totality in 2016. She's doing it now, but she's basically ascending in 2027, same time we are, into the Lucifer hive mind. The whole world.
It's okay, I don't know if I heard that. It's about people approaching me when I am deadlocked in a hopeless, homeless situation. My teeth are rotting out of my feet. Bear in mind, I wrote this in 2010, when I basically looked metrosexual and lived in a $200,000 a year or $100,000 condo. They get me out of a homeless camp at the Milwaukee Art Museum when America has collapsed and Milwaukee has over 60% unemployment. They take me to a hotel. We have conversations like this. I negotiate.
I want it. Let me ask him. I'll get it. It's in the car. I'm leaving.
Bottomless Pockets wants to talk to Dana. Their primary operating procedure in dealing with situations with people like Dana is to kill them any way they can. I end up going to Indianapolis. What?
There's really the only person who could kill Dana is herself.
What?
She's like me. The only person who could kill her is.
It's a story. Okay, I know. It's a story. It's a story I wrote about a day like today. Would you like to read it? It ends with me becoming the Antichrist.
Perfect.
Can you please, Michael? Can you please provide Sama with a?
I have my phone right here.
Okay, I don't know if I sent you a link. You never responded.
You want the thing?
The story, just the story, not the whole thing.
Just the story.
Just parts.
Thank you.
There's more about the people you meet in the story. In earlier chapters, it builds. And it has a lot to do, especially their involvement with September 11th. September 11th was a Dana job to deal with threatening the United States with a biological weapon sold by a man in the Pentagon who watched as a plane slammed into his window.
It's in the past.
Okay. I'm not saying
September 11th, by the way.
What?
September 11th, by the way, is the day we made the Korean real. So it's all good. We're repurposing everything. Thanks, Mike.
I'm not telling you these details like I'm trying to impress you with my knowledge of other universes.
All I'm going to ask you is like these things that you saw were things you saw from that world.
It's really cool.
I know, but in this world, Dana has zero understanding of her power.
I don't know who Dana is. I do not know if the Dana I am talking to is the same Dana I dealt with, and I don't know if.
Have you seen her picture?
Yes, I've seen her picture.
So it's the same person, right?
But
She denies everything, and she's offended that I
this is
even
the
portray
thing,
her as
Marcus.
believing in a God.
This is the thing, Marcus, because she literally is not tuned to that reality, right? She doesn't get it.
I'm not prepared to talk in terms. I can't even think in terms of
Marcus,
those.
this is how I move. You got the other.
What?
This is how I move, and I'm leaving.
Do what
20
you
minutes.
have. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do.
Been doing it.
Do almost
You
anything.
have to do what you have to do, which is
What do I have to do? I'm
heal.
trying.
Every time. When I point it out to you, every time. Every time. Heal. Every time. Every time.
I do not know what that means. I
Sit
need
there.
it. I need to explain what to do.
you just need to sit there and relax.
I'm trying to relax, but I'm so excited and I want to talk.
Marcus, we may learn to heal. Here's all of my healing tech. Have fun.
What?
Here's all of my healing tech.
I
You
don't
don't,
know.
you don't have to know it. It'll integrate. You have a ton yourself.
What?
You have a ton of your own healing tech when you're ready. I mean, the whole Jesus thing gives you quite a bit.
I need to have a conversation with my mother after this is over.
Sure. You can talk after you
Marcus,
leave.
before
After
we
you
leave,
No, I'm saying after.
After you heal? Of course.
Yes.
You're talking to your mom all the time.
Yes.
Give me
Thank
time.
you.
Marcus,
What?
before we leave, I just want to give you a tour of the stuff that you have now, okay? Just to
When
put it in your
you
head.
finish the cigarette.
When you finish the
Yeah, we're not
cigarette,
gonna rush.
take it.
My cigarettes won't say something.
Yes, like
How many packs did you get me?
5.
I'm Marcus. I did a lot of magic to help you free you of the addiction, and so you may find it weird and challenging and difficult to. have
I'm
cigarettes.
always. Part of me is always going to smoke sometimes.
Maybe. I do. I
No,
still
no.
do.
I
Not
consider.
all the time.
I used to smoke cigarettes.
I
and
consider it a
stopped.
social affectation.
Oh yeah.
And what cigarettes are about to become, no one is going to care.
I mean, ultimately, right? You can transcend any poison. Every poison is a shadow. It becomes a gift and then a transcendence. Same deal. Let me finish telling you the thing that's really important for you to hear. Is the 5 patterns and what they become. Right? The 5 transcendent virtues.
I'm just going with it at this
Go
point.
with it.
Hi,
Exactly.
Sarah.
You got it. So, the first pattern, it arises when you're from the period kind of when you're from conception to about 2 years, and when you're learning how to be in physical incarnation. And what happens is, at that point, you really don't have a sense of self, right? You have to form a sense of self, and so it's all about overwhelm in the moment, just like pure sensation overwhelm, right? And so every time you're scared, you flee your body. And where do you go? You go into another dimension, another timeline, another world, dream, a daydream, a different reality, right? So the pattern for that leading pattern, like the kind of way they work, is like the way to conceptualize it is if, let's say, I have a leading pattern, I'm dominated by it, and you have something I want, my mind will go, you have something I want, so I'll imagine I have it. You do a fair amount of that. So we all do all of them. We all do all of these things. You do a fair amount of leading. When taken to its extreme, Marcus, that's what leads to schizophrenia. We wrap ourselves in a delusional dream that we convince ourselves is real. We shove all of our meaning gravity into it and convince ourselves it's real, except deep down we know it's not, which is why it doesn't manifest. That's what it is, leading pattern. Right? And the thing is, when that leading pattern, when you transcend it, as you're doing right now, this moment, as we talk about it, what you get in response is a clear mind and the gift of being able to use basically the gift of freedom, because you can free yourself from any karma. That's the gift. You can always transcend into another dimension to find a better way. And you can do it here without fleeing and depending on someone else. You can do it truthfully.
Don't know what I heard.
It's alright, you heard it. That's the important part.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it was very helpful.
There's more. That's the first one. When the gift becomes, when you truly transcend the gift of clarity, which is really what that is clarity. You see things as they are. When you transcend that gift of clarity, you become metta. Metta is transcendent love, perceiving the Buddha inside of everyone. Everyone is a being of joy and unity, surrounded by trauma. Metta. The second pattern is the merging pattern. It's the people-pleasing pattern, and you draw a ton of this, Marcus. Right? So much of what you do because you feel like you should do it. You're almost like you're forced. If you do it from a place of kindness, it's natural, people love it. If you do it from a place of people-pleasing, an immersion pattern, people feel the niceness rather than the kindness, and they freak out. They dislike it. They were kind of rejecting it.
That's what no one would tell me.
Yeah, no,
That's the one thing no one would tell me. I am a people pleaser with more access to money than he has any right to expect.
Marcus.
I spend the money on people because it's the only way they will allow me to express my love and affection for them, and I love everyone. I would pay everyone an allowance just for the right to meet them someday before they die.
See, you see what you're doing right there? Right?
What?
In a way, that's almost like people pleasing. You're doing the Atlantean thing. The bargain.
Just,
bargain
okay,
for-
no. Just don't. That's not how. Use a meme. Use a catchphrase.
Let me work on it. Different way that I
Stupid
express it.
social, stupid scarcity
I
shit.
get it. What you're saying. Let me feel through this.
It would really be helpful if you could do
Yeah.
that back to me. We could communicate much more.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? When you're being nice, you're doing the thing you think you should do. When you are being kind, you are being kind.
I can't do things for people that are genuinely kind. I don't have enough money, and I don't have any other resources that I.
It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. The way in which you get to be kind to other people is by learning. The way in which you can be kind to others, like genuinely kind, the real deal, is by learning to be kind to yourself. That's how you do it. And once you learn to be kind to yourself, it naturally emanates. And the funny thing is, then reality suddenly starts being kind to you. So if we can give you one gift before we leave, let us learn to be kind, Marcus.
Let you learn to be kind to me.
I know how to be kind. I move with kindness. Sarah moves with kindness.
Start over, please.
In order to be kind to others, genuinely kind, it's the autistic thing. Remember how I told you you're always like filling the gap with an intellectual model? That's what you're doing with your niceness. You're being nice instead of kind. You don't realize the difference. It's the intellectual model versus the real psychic deal.
What is kind?
Kind is moving.
Is what?
Is moving with love, moving with compassion, and moving with shared joy. That's kind.
Nobody wants that from me, man.
Everyone wants it from everyone, Marcus.
No one wants it enough for me to care to want to talk to me and
So-
sit in a room with me and listen
The thing
to
is,
me
if
or have dinner with me.
If you had kindness in your heart, the way I do, everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to hang with you.
No one wants to talk.
Because you don't have
She
kindness.
was the first one in 20
know,
years
because
who
you-
wanted to talk to me.
Marcus, that's because you haven't learned kindness yet. And that's okay. You've yet to learn kindness.
Then I want the ability to invoke it like an
Okay.
icon over my head.
Okay, so here's the deal.
And-
I'll give it to you right now. I'll
No,
give it to you.
I want this for the record.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm recording.
To announce to the world who I am, what my intentions are.
In a few weeks, you will be able to tell the whole world anything you want, and they will listen.
I want it to be a symbol. And I want to wear it like a mark above my head. It says, I'm here to help. I love you and I'm here to help. I want it to mean nothing else.
But what I say when I talk about job titles, what I told you about job titles? My job titles these days? Adventure Arranger, Bridge Builder, Miracle Maker, Purpose Potentiator, Reality Reconciler. That's what I do.
I don't know who decided that the last year was beneficial to me. And it was. It really hurt. It really broke me.
Last year
I-
really broke me too. I get it.
I-
get it.
I can't
Got
do
it.
that again. I can't do that again. If my mother is still alive,
Because if you can learn to be kind to yourself, reality will be kind to you.
I don't know how to be kind to
I'm gonna
myself
teach you right now.
except
right?
I don't know how to be kind to myself except through money and sugar.
That isn't kind. That's nice. Anytime you're treating yourself to make yourself feel better, that's nice. There's no kindness there. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't know the difference too until a few months ago.
I don't think you know every detail about the design of this universe.
I don't. I'm learning more every day, Marcus. That's freaking awesome. It's infinite.
We need to talk about the current state of the world.
I look forward to it when
And
you are clear,
yes,
Marcus.
I'm not.
We're leaving in 15 minutes.
Yes.
Let me talk.
Okay.
We have time to talk about your stuff whenever you wish. Let me do my thing right. Think back in your life to a time when someone was kind to you, right? When they were being kind for the sake of being kind, not because they were up in some role or they had some duty towards you, or they felt like they had to, or they had to put up with you. Being kind. Everyone has received at least a moment of kindness in their lives. True kindness.
Jason Berge, 3rd grade.
There you go. Feel that. You're going to feel now. Feel what it feels like to feel kindness. There you go.
Concord Elementary School.
Stay out of your mind and do the feeling right now. This is my thing. There you go. And feel into it. Feel what it's like to be kind. Feel kindness. There you go. And picture it like the beautiful pink light of a rose quartz crystal, Marcus. See that light? You can bring it into your heart. You can give it to yourself. You may be kind to you. We may be kind to us. I'm going to teach you some useful magic that will help you while we're done. All right? I mean, I'll be able to help you come far anyway, and just, I'll let you be able to learn how to do it yourself. So first, this is a big one. I'm going to give you a few enlightenments. Each of these is individually a tool that on its own is sufficient to do.
I can't guarantee I will be able to pay what I consider an adequate amount of full attention.
Okay. So karmic enlightenment, and
Karmic enlightenment?
it lets you perceive karma as karma. Energy is energy. Positive and negative as positive and negative. What else we got here? Virtue is virtue.
Oh, I hope I don't get any more sick again.
Black magic is black magic. You're doing it great, by the way. Much less black magic now. It's super. Like none directed towards us anymore. It's beautiful.
I roll like hell.
I know you wish it. So the way you do it is by healing all of your unconscious movements that are traumatic.
I want to heal.
Okay.
That's
So let me teach you some skills.
That's my alignment.
Okay. So, okay, a few things. The word may is super important. So, may is the sound and word of magic and flight. So that's why I use may so much. And we is super important because you're bringing it all together. It's less about you and about everyone, right? So I is the weakest kind of magic you can do. We is the strongest, right? And so it's all about us. All about us. And so you can, when you think about magic, think about your words, they matter. Try and avoid negations as much as you can. So do your best. Avoid negations and avoid contractions because they keep you small.
That's
your best.
that's difficult.
Oh, it's
for me.
super difficult. It's difficult for me.
You use
too.
one right there. That's
Right. It's like it's one of those things. It takes time. It's okay. I'm not saying these are like. Don't
that's a
feel like
negation.
That's true.
Look, here's what I would say if you were you.
Yeah.
The universe has its own will, and in a way, it's also your will.
Not in a way.
No, just I'm being you.
Yeah.
Okay. Understand that in an emergency or any concern, you can rely on it to work, regardless based on intention.
It's useful, I guess.
It may fail if you're getting cocky.
My point is everything matters, and so words also matter. So yes, you can rely on the larger containers to keep you safe, but if you want to have a experience that's less volatile, learn your words. Words matter. Here, this is like everything I know so far about words. Enjoy.
What?
Meaning comes from her.
Well, that's what I mean.
More understanding of the
Okay.
Okay, next. This is a big one. This is a fun technique. You'll enjoy this because it's like a way to keep yourself super entertained all the time. Think of yourself. This is a technique called internal family systems, which was developed in I think the 80s from a Harvard Med School doctor, Dick Schwartz. And so he correctly realized that we are in fact a group mind made up of parts. And when those parts are integrated and move harmoniously, everything's great. Right? It's like Gaia, right? And when the parts are traumatized, then what happens is whenever a part is traumatized, it freaks out. And so it freezes as it is, separates from the mind, from the group mind, and says, I can do it better. Here's how I can do it. And everyone else is like, no, you can't actually do it better. And he's like, no, I can do it better. I can do it better. And then they say, we don't want to hear from you anymore. You go away. And they try to exile it from the mind. But of course, the mind is all there is. So what happens? Well, it's still in your mind. And it's wandering the halls of your mind, screaming at the top of its lungs, desperate to be heard. And no one is listening. Everyone is looking elsewhere. Everyone's pretending, ignoring it, and shunning it. When you let in them. And so what does it do? It grabs onto one of your dependent connections and pulls as hard as it can so that it can take control and dominate you and be heard. All the time. Everything you reject dominates. That is how it happens.
Don't know what I heard. Thank you.
No. Play with it though. Like the idea is like whenever you have an issue, whenever you're facing some difficulty, right, and you can't figure out the answer off the top of your head, ask your part. Say, which part is causing this? And you'll get answers. And you can have a dialogue. When I got a spider bite, I got a really bad spider bite. I told you, like, out of remission for 4 months, was wanting to kill myself multiple times. Yeah. I finally healed it because I learned internal family systems. And I recognized that I had basically been keeping myself purposely slow because of how reckless I had been. And it all came back to the fact that when I was 2 years old, I'd had a double hernia operation and it had crimped my energetic structure and caused me to be excessively serious. And it's that seriousness that kind of, in a way, ruined my childhood, but at the same time, it's what allowed me to actually get it more than anyone else.
Got it.
Good. So internal family is fun because you can like play games with your mind, and they love it. They love to be heard.
Play a game with your
Play games with your mind. They love it. They love to be heard, and so like you can actually bring your parts in. And actually, if you want to read a really good book, or you have Kindle Prime, right?
I'm sorry, this is important. Can you just synopsize?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Do you have a Kindle, like Amazon account?
No, I lost it in the divorce.
So you can watch it. You can read it on your phone, right? Like a Kindle app. And so if you want to, there's a great book called No Bad Parts, which is fantastic.
No
Bad Parts. I'll send you a link. It's an easy book. A lot of fun. And if you actually look on my website, so what you will really enjoy, I know you like watching video content. Have you watched my course?
What?
Have you watched my course? I have
No.
18 lessons online.
No,
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So after we leave, you can watch that and enjoy it. It's really nice. It'll make you feel good. And it'll teach you a lot. And it comes with the transcript underneath, so you can read it too if it feels easier.
All I'm going to say is, without a translator, you sound like Frederick Lenz.
You need to understand, Marcus.
No. I'm not being hostile.
I know you're not.
And everything is in love.
I know.
I'm just saying, to people like me, as I was, you sound like Rama from Larry King.
I get it.
You sound like fucking Rama. And it makes all the skin want to crawl off my body.
Why is that?
Because people take advantage of people for money.
But I don't charge money.
I know. That's
point.
what no one told me.
I know. That's what people like. I get called on Twitter. Someone called me a grifter. I'm like, how could I be grifting when I don't charge money?
And people are going to do that to me. Because they don't understand how anyone can be fulfilled in what they do if there isn't a dollar value.
By the time people know about you, the crayon will be everything will be different.
My point is, I wasn't receptive because you are coded cult leader / guru, man.
I'm going to separate from that. Make
And
sure my
yes,
idea is
and
always about like
and
the
just
wholesome side of things.
no. And I finally figured out how to say this properly. The David Copperfield thing is a little too on the nose. That's all. What?
What do you mean by that?
You look like David Copperfield crossed with Frederick Lenz.
I'm the magician.
It basically makes me hate you at first sight and wait for the next shoe to drop. The thing is, you've already spent more than you conceivably could have gotten out of me in a lifetime in one weekend, and it hasn't been pulled.
It has nothing to do with money.
No, people don't understand when there's no profit
They're
motive.
beginning to understand. Right? The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is not because I'm going to shove all people to do it my way. I certainly wish for other than that. It's because I'm providing a template. A way of saying, hey, I did it this way. It worked for me really well. Take what resonates, set aside the rest. That's it.
What?
Take what resonates, set aside the rest. Use me as a template. I wrote a really cool story of my whole awakening you would really enjoy. It's like a great fantasy story, except it's real. It's on the website.
You should show him the Delta Plus chapter of Sorceress's Apprentice.
When she's hanging out with me, we can do it. And you can watch with us when you bring it up on the computer.
It's a story I wrote. It's another fan fiction story I did based on Tales of the Overmatch. I'm just saying.
Martin, you don't have to have her show me anything. Text
What?
me whatever you wish me to read, and I'll take a look when it feels resonant. I'm not going to promise I'm going to read right away, but I will take a look when it feels
I'm
resonant.
encouraging her to do it for me because I would like her to speak to you about her personal experiences because she's very excited about Delta Plus.
Okay, so let her talk about her stuff.
Whenever.
With her stuff. Exactly.
Whenever.
And you can send me the link when you want me to read it. Or when you've decided I should read it. And I'll take a look and decide if I wish to read it then. This is the thing, Marcus, right? I'm building a synarchy for everyone. Everyone gets to do their thing in harmony. And collectively...
You guys have got to go. Where's my phone?
There we go.
Where's my phone?
It's inside. Where do you have your key out here? Make sure you have your key out here. Please remember to bring it out. You cannot afford. It will be very difficult for you.
This is unlocked. I think you can leave it unlocked. He can leave it unlocked. Try to get in. No? No?
I want to be permanently unlocked.
Yes, but I don't think we can. I mean, they allow it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But anyway.
Right? Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Lighter, key.
Yeah.
Everything.